Hello, namaste everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. If you have listened to our previous episode on why the world needs more healers, this is part two. We are diving deeper into our previous episode. Something which many people feel secretly, but they hardly speak about why they are not doing healing professionally. And why 2026 might be the best year to finally take that leap. With me is Dr. Aashwini. So let's begin. Hi,
Hello,
Aashwini.
hello, hi, how are you? Thank you, Annggha, for such a beautiful introduction.
Aashwini, so before we go on any further, can you tell our listeners who exactly is a healer, energy healer?
Hmm, very good question, very interesting question, and really important in today's world. So, healer isn't someone who is just practicing Reiki or tarot cards, hypnotherapy, chakra healing, astrology. This is what people normally think healer is someone who does that. In short, not just someone who practices alternative sciences. Healer is anyone whose presence, whose skills, whose intuition, whose knowledge brings others from pain to peace, or even from confusion to clarity, and most important, from fear to empowerment. So, most people think that some heal with touch, when we talk about Reiki healing, or some heal with words, which is when we talk to clients, or some heal with intuition through the power of numerology, astrology, tarot card, a lot of occult sciences, and some heal with presence. So if people feel safe, transformed, or you can say even just some people say that they just feel light around you, you are already a healer. Even if you haven't claimed the title, because many people tell me, people just talk to me and they feel better. I'm not professionally a healer, or I'm not practicing healing. But if you are someone around whose presence, if people feel healed, they feel transformed, they feel heard, congratulations, you are actually a healer. Interesting, isn't it?
Very beautiful. So, you know, in our previous episode, we also discussed why healers are
Yes.
needed so much in
Yes.
today's world.
Yes.
Anxiety, burnout, loneliness, emotional breakdowns, energetic confusions. All these are terms, everyone is
We
facing
spoke.
them.
Yeah.
So now today we are going to go to the part two of this journey.
Yes.
If the world needs healers, why aren't people stepping into it professionally?
Yes.
So, Ashwini, do you think, and can you put some light on why gifted healers are actually holding back?
Holding back. Yes, and that's so true. That's so true. And I would happily love to address this point because this is something which many people may not acknowledge, but they are gifted. The world needs healers, but people are still not able to practice healing professionally. So let's look into that. Let's deep dive into that. So there are many reasons, and almost all reasons are mindset based or emotional, and they are not skill based. So Annggha, when you asked me this question, the the first and the most important point here is most of these things are mindset and emotional based. Okay, so okay, let me break this down. A lot of people will say things like, okay, I've learned healing, I practice healing, but I'm not doing it for money. So what healers really mean at this point of time is, I don't know how to receive money without guilt. There is a lot of guilt in receiving money. But Shri Krishna talks about Swadharma. We often talked about Swadharma in our sessions, on my talks, in our um, one-on-ones as well. We talk a lot about Swadharma. Lord Krishna talks about Swadharma. or your soul's duty, or the reason why you are born. And Shri Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that one must perform their duty without attachment, right? And many people also, when we talk about performing our duty, performing our work, he says that do your duty well rather than doing someone else's duty. Shreyan Swadharmo Vigunaha Paradharmat Swanushthitat is the shloka from the Bhagavad Gita. And Swadharma is basically the reason why you are born. Now, let's talk about Ikigai, a very similar concept which the Japanese talk about. Now, in the Ikigai, there are four aspects to it: something you love doing, something which you are very good at, something which is necessary for the world, it supports the world. And the fourth pillar is something which helps you make money, because we live in a material world, right? Now, whether we look at Swadharma or whether we look at Ikigai, because this world runs on material aspects, money is important. And the moment people say, I'm not doing it for money, why they are not doing it? Because there is a guilt about receiving money. Okay. So there is a moral fear, there is guilt around receiving money. Healers often feel that money and spirituality don't mix, right? But what I believe and what the truth is that money simply, it amplifies your mission. When you have money, you can do better things for more people. And I always tell this to people: if you are a kind person, if you are a conscious person, if you have good thoughts in mind, it is very important that you earn money, so that money comes to the hands of people who really want to create for the better benefit of the world. So I often tell healers that, imagine that a kind person, a good person, when money is in their hand, they will use it for the better, right? So when you say that you receive money for healing, it's not greed. But a lot of people are unable to receive money because there is a lot of moral fear mongering regarding receiving money. Also, a lot of people, they are not pursuing healing professionally because they feel burnt out or depleted. Okay, now what is the catch here? Oftentimes, people tell me that, I do free healing for people because I don't want to receive money, because I'm doing something else. I'm doing something else for my work. So, मैं ऐसे ही healing कर रही हूँ. That's what a lot of people tell me. Now, they don't receive money, and after doing healing sessions, they feel depleted, is what they have said. Now, what is happening is you are pouring from an empty cup, right? Because they are giving free labor. Even when they are tired, they are giving free healings. Whereas if you pursue healing professionally, what will happen is there will be a systematic way of doing it. There will be a step-by-step process which you will follow. And when you will receive money, see, energy is flowing from one direction. From the other direction, it's not flowing back, which creates a lopsided energy, right? Hence, people feel depleted or people feel um, burnt out, is because they are not receiving, right? And they go into the cycle of, I can't do healing because I'm burnt out. But the basic reason why they cannot do healing is because they are not ready to receive money. Okay. The next point, which is very important here, is people don't know where to start. As a professional healer, people are really not aware where to start. See, we learned healing, right, Annggha? We learned healing techniques. Why did we learn the healing techniques? Because we wanted to heal ourselves and we wanted to share that with the world, right? But over a period of time, what happens is we are wanting to contribute for others, but we simply do not know how to start. We simply do not know where to start. And I think most people who must be listening to this, because since you asked this question, I feel when you address the core of this question, it is that people are not aware as to how to go about it, where to start, what's the first step to take, right? So people ask me questions like, Ashwini, where do I find clients? How do I charge? How much do I charge? What if no one signs up for my paid sessions? Now, it's not lack of talent, it's the lack of business guidance, because we just know how to heal, but we don't know how to reach out to people. Okay. So this is one of the core things which I often think is holding many people back. They are clueless. Then people also have this whole thing that I'm not perfect, I'm not healed. I think we also, at one point of time when we began our journey, we thought that, okay, I am on my healing journey, but how do I help people? But one thing which our mentors have always told us is healing is like, when we said the introductory part of this podcast, We spoke about healing is not just technically being a healer. When you hold space for someone, when you sit with someone, and when you're even having a cup of coffee and they speak about their things to you, and naturally they feel better after that, you are a healer, right? So you don't have to be 100% perfect. In fact, none of us are perfect, right? None of us are perfect. And my mentors also told me that even we are not perfect, because we are born on earth, we are living a human existence, we are not perfect. So some people say that I don't want to start healing professionally because मैं ही किधर heal हुई हूँ. You know, so many students tell me, मेरी खुद की पहले बैंड बजी है, दूसरों का क्या healing करूंगी. But you are allowed to be a work in progress, to work on yourselves and also to help others, because that is how the world grows, right? So you don't need, many people feel that they have to be 100% perfect. No, not necessary. Which also is connected to something called as imposter syndrome, right? And I know you and I have also spoken so much about imposter syndrome and about we feeling that we are not good enough, and all of us face that. I think that is a universal thing which every human being has gone through at some point of time. People feel imposter syndrome sometime or the other. People have definitely felt. So when we talk about imposter syndrome, we doubt our worth. We doubt that, will we be able to contribute to others? Will we be able to help others? We often compare ourselves and we feel that, oh, maybe I'm not good enough. Understand that it's a very normal thing, because, once a student of mine told that, Aashwini, Akashic healing, oh my God, you are teaching Akashic healing, I very much want to join. And I said, please do. But she said, but nahi yaar, because I'm not that great to learn Akashic healing. I was like, of course you can learn. It's a beautiful modality. It can really help you heal, going at, the root cause of so many issues. And you can not just help, others as a practitioner, but you can also help yourself. And you can also help yourself and you can also help others. But she said, but that's a great thing, Baba. Aap kar rahe ho, Ashwini. You are a very, a senior spiritual teacher. You are doing this work for such a long time, but I won't be able to do it. And I told her, you know, in 2014, when I learned Akashic healing, I never thought of that way. I just thought that, okay, I want to heal myself, I want to practice, and I started. So I know this student of mine, she's actually a very talented and a very beautiful person and a very talented healer. But somewhere she felt that it's a very great thing because she put that healing modality on pedestal and she thought she was not good enough. This is so common, and this is what I've often seen with people, which holds them back from. So the problem is not that you are not talented enough. It is because we all have somewhere that little bit. But I'm telling each and everyone who's listening to this podcast that, it's time that we step up above from that and not stop ourselves. Take those little imperfect actions. The next one is, Annggha, is going to be favorite of you and me as well. Many times people feel that there is a lot of cultural stigma around the unseen. Okay, and I feel that is quite a thing which holds a lot of people back. What do I mean by cultural stigma? Um, a lot of people feel that when you are entering into this world of the occult sciences, astrology, numerology, tarot card reading, Reiki healing, and so much, many people feel that, my God, is this world real? There is a lot of curiosity in this world, but people have not explored it seriously from a point of view of something which really works, right? So there is a lot of I can say that there is a very old programming and a limiting belief that anything which is spiritual, intuitive, energetic, it's fake or manipulative. And and this takes me back to the witch wound, which often a lot of people feel. Witch wound is where in many of the past lives, people who were gifted, people who had skills like simple, using herbs to cure people, using natural things to cure people, power of intuition, these skills have existed. They have existed in ancient Bharat too. We know that people have had these skills. Also, if you have read about the beautiful tales of Mahabharat, Ramayana, in those days, people use these skills to help people with healing. Vaidyas, the term was Vaidyas, and Ayurveda is a very beautiful science which still talks about these beautiful concepts. If you look at the East, the ancient, techniques like traditional Chinese medicine and Tai Chi and Qigong, they have spoken about this. Also, we have heard about the times like Atlantis and Lemuria, where people use these skills to help each other. But the problem was when the Earth's frequencies dropped down, all these tools were withdrawn from Earth, and people were afraid because at that point of time, when the negativity of the world took over, a lot of people were persecuted and punished for practicing these techniques. But I'm here to tell everyone that right now, we are safe to use this because we are moving towards the golden future. Now, naturally, this old programming that anything which is healing or occult or intuitive or spiritual, it's fake or is manipulative. There is this big fear about this. But let me tell you that it's not the truth. It's just a cultural limiting beliefs which was over a period of time spread, and which created shame, fear, and hesitation in practitioners. But please understand that ethical healing is not exploitation. When you are actually working with the healing tools, you are helping the client feel better, get breakthroughs, heal at an emotional, mental, spiritual level in addition to not just the physical. And when you're charging for your services, when you're practicing this, it is time for us to change the thought process about this. And it is service to humanity. Your integrity will value your work. When you take money and when you deliver your services, that is how your integrity will be defined. So if you are going to take money from people and not give services, that will be a problem. But when you are charging people as a professional and giving your services, that is what will help the person. It will create change in their life, and it is service to humanity. So your integrity will define your your work, not the skepticism of others. So one of the reasons why people feel that they are not ready to pursue healing professionally is because of this. And I think this, whatever I just shared, can help so many people get over that thought in their life regarding not being professional healers. And finally, the last one, which I often talk about, is fear of judgment. We worry what people will think, what friends will think, what co-workers will think, what extended family will think. Understand that everything which you start doing and something which is new, something which people have not heard of, there will be criticism. And why just in this profession? I feel in every profession there is a lot of criticism. Everything comes with criticism. And I always feel when people are judging you, they are criticizing you, just keep doing that, because that is the proof that you are doing good work. And one more thing which happens is, I spoke about this point that people are not trained to um, to to start offering services. There is a lot of lack of structure of offerings. So many healers are not able to package their work and put it out like how how it can help them, or they are not able to put it out like a product. People talk random things, people talk spiritual jargons, but the client doesn't get, because the client is not coming from the esoteric or energy background, right? So you if you say things to your clients like your I will balance your chakras, they don't know what exactly you are doing. But when you tell someone that your
Yeah.
energy, yeah, your energy is misaligned, and we can really help you realign your energy. You are an energy being, and we all are made of energy. And I think it's very easy for people to understand, right? So if you are someone who is a healer, and I spoke about the four things: what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what people will pay for. You will move deeper into your ikigai only when all the four have tick marks. You will only then you will work with your Swadharma, right? Otherwise, your Swadharma remains incomplete. So yeah, I think there were so many things which just came to my mind and I just spoke about. I'm sure
Amazing.
people, yeah, yeah. So that,
Ashwini, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So yeah, even I have experienced this, that when you spoke about the structure and
yeah,
the way how things
yeah,
will present, people would only focus on the problem, and then they just want a solution. So
Exactly.
it doesn't make sense in, talking about all the jargons,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
yeah, like doctor, you go to a doctor to get medicine, you just want to feel better. Then if
Exactly.
doctor is talking about the technical things about how to insert IV and what exactly medicine to, you will be lost, right? It's the same
Exactly.
logic. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's beautiful. You explained very nicely. So, Ashwini, tell me why specifically 2026? Like, what is so powerful about,
Yeah.
this time, this year?
Okay.
Okay.
So, as you know, we are moving. I've spoken about this. I keep talking about this. Our teacher, Diana Cooper, has spoken about how we are moving towards the golden future and how the world is changing very, very quickly. And 2026, I feel, is a huge energetic turning point. Okay. So, people are seeking deeper purpose to life and meaning to life than ever before. 10 years ago, this was non existent. Right now, people are looking for deeper insights on life.
Mhm.
Mental and emotional burnout is at its peak, and any kind of support to such people is in high demand, whether it is in terms of people in the corporate world, children who are studying, young adults who are pursuing higher education, whether they are studying or whether young adults who are in new corporate careers. There is advent of AI everywhere. There is so much new things coming up, and people are overwhelmed. So the kind of support healers can provide is in high demand.
Mhm.
Next, and very important, healing is becoming mainstream. It's not just woo-woo anymore. I always talk about this. 10 years ago, people were clueless about what healing is. And when I used to tell people I'm a professional healer, they would be like, Acha, uske liye paisa bhi milta hai. So, I have these very funny incidents to share. People used to say, you give talks and people pay you money for that. मुझे लगा तुम पैसे देके talks देती हो. I was like, why should I pay money to someone for giving talks? They said, "Ha, matlab, we thought that you pay money and you go there." I was like, "No, I go there, I give my talks, and people pay me for that." So people did not knew that healers could, charge and healers would get paid at that point of time. But now healing is becoming
As a
mainstream.
profession.
Yes, as a
Hmm.
profession. People
Hmm.
are now finally healing is getting the acknowledgement for how beautifully it is helping people transform their lives. So it is
Hmm.
becoming mainstream now. And I also have heard that many hospitals have started Reiki wards. I know people have started taking therapies like acupuncture seriously. People are looking at
Yes.
EFT, access bars, Reiki healing as an additional therapy in addition to what we do, in addition to what the doctors do. Next, if you see coaching industry and energy work are expanding, the
Yeah.
amount of people who are getting into coaching and healing, it is at another rate, and the speed is increasing. In 2023, I think a lot of people were learning to be coaches. By the time it was 2024, there were even more. And now, if you see at 2025, the speed has all of a sudden increased, and 2026, it's beyond our comprehension, the number of people who have entered the field of coaching and healing. So, of course, now the industry is growing, and it is expected to grow even at a faster rate. Online platforms are making easier for people to have global clients. Okay. So, like I said, initially I used to have only in person sessions. That time, Zoom was not even existent. Then I started having in person sessions, but during the pandemic lockdown, most clients were online. Post the pandemic, a lot of clients, I used to have hybrid. Some people would come in person, some people would come online. But now I see in the last 1.5 years, my clients, who, even though the ones who are living in the same city, they are
Mhm.
wanting to do online. Yeah, because that's how the global reach is expanding. Now people don't even need to step out. They can take sessions from the comfort of their own homes. So online platforms are making global clients possible from day one. With AI automation, you can use AI for a lot of things, right from admin work to
Mhm.
helping. to using that time more for, your services.
Actually work, actually. Mm.
Absolutely. Initially, I remember I used to take 1 to 2 weeks to create um, my material. Okay.
Mm.
When I mean create, of course, the base remains always with whatever knowledge we have learned. But with AI, so much automation has happened that the work which I did in 7 days now can be done in 1 day. That's the speed, because a lot of things are already automated. I don't need to sit and do things, right?
Yes.
So, and also spiritual entrepreneurship is becoming socially acceptable. So a lot of
Mm.
people tell me that, Ashwini, this person, she's also becoming a healer. I will ask her to contact you because she may want to learn something from you. And I've heard so many people who have spoken to me about this, that my niece is, she's recently learned this. So can she connect to you? Can you please guide her? She would like to learn something from you. And this was not there a few years ago, because spiritual entrepreneurship was not considered as a mainstream profession. But now more and
Mm.
more people are choosing. I know so many women who connect to me and they tell me that, Ashwini, I just want to start. How do I start? So it's becoming more and more acceptable. Also, there is a lot of collective awakenings happening. People are getting closer to their spiritual roots. People want guidance. The world is shifting from pure material success to holistic well-being. And I must say that this Gen Z, I feel this generation is really a wonderful generation, because they have they have started putting so much importance on their emotional and mental well-being, on a holistic life, and they are also going deeper into spirituality. So I'm very proud of the way, as Gen Z is growing up, they are really making this world a better place. So they are breaking a lot of patterns of, this whole
Yes. Yes.
toxic trauma.
Work-life balance,
Exactly.
ethics. They are very particular about where they are working. They will do the background check about the ethics of the
Yes.
company, how the general vibe is. I mean, it's energy, right? Everything vibe means
Absolutely.
energy. Everything comes down to
Absolutely.
that. Many of them are vegan. They are very mindful about what they are eating.
Yes.
They don't eat so many processed food, like many of them. I'm not pointing out each and every one, but
Correct. Correct.
in
So many of them.
general, who we have met.
The
Yeah,
ones we
yeah.
have met, I know, yeah. And I love the way
They're
they
animal
are
lovers. They love
animal
animals.
lovers.
Yes.
And I love the fact that, because there was a recent study which said that Gen Z has given up on alcohol. They don't drink as much as our generation, millennials, used to. And that's such a better way to live the life, right? Many of them
Yes.
are vegan. Many of them have made choices in such a way that, I feel inspired by them. And the way they have their boundaries too, there is so much to learn from them, because when we
True.
were of their age, we did not have these beautiful boundaries the way they have, and they are sorted people. So the world is shifting from pure material things, like they don't
Yes.
care about a lot of things. I mean, when I say don't care about a lot of things, about things like what will others think of them, log kya sochenge is not what it is. It has not existed in their dictionary, and hence they just choose what they want to, and they have
I
created this big
think
shift.
Yeah, I think okay. I mean, some would say that they have many things given to them on a platter. Their parents are well settled. They don't need to struggle for money and they don't
Absolutely.
need to rush about for work, which is true. But having given that, what will you make of it? So,
And
what
what
they're
you want
making
to
of
pass.
it is beautiful. That
Yes,
is what matters. Yeah.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
the collective awakening always happens at the cusp when the new generation comes into the working group population, is what I feel. So when we started maybe 20 years ago, there was a new change, new shift which happened around the time we
Mm.
were in college and we started working. The whole mobile phones and all of that came. So that was a big shift which happened. And the next big shift happened recently when this new generation came up. They making more choices which are moving closer to, we like things like you mentioned, veganism, love of animals. There are so many businesses which are supporting vegan food. Oh my god, I feel so happy, because I always call myself almost a vegan, because I am not 100% there yet. But there are day by day, I see there are so many conscious food choices available, which were not there 2 years ago. When I started being a vegetarian, there were lesser choices. Day by day,
Hmm.
choices are increasing. The food, which the vegan food, the way the whole and what is veganism? Basically, we are moving towards a conscious world. We are being kinder to
Hmm.
animals. We are making sure that the animals do they have a life, they are living beings and they deserve respect. And that is what so many people have shifted to, more animal friendly life, such a where you are living in harmony with the environment, and it's beautiful. So the world is consciously awakening. There is collective awakening happening, and we are moving from a pure material to a holistic world. And I always feel that there is also this soul level vacuum which is created, where the society needs more healers, because people have started their internal journey. We are now living in a world where people are focusing on individualism more, where everyone is wanting to work on themselves. They want to know more about their soul, they want to know about their path. So this is a very good time for healers, people who are trained in the metaphysical sciences, people who are aware of things like the science of future creation. And we will talk some time about this beautiful concept, maybe, because we often talk about manifestation. So we'll talk about that. So when we are, like I said, I just told a client that that your thoughts are very powerful. You can create your life by your thoughts. For the next few days, only think of what you want. That was a shift in that person's mind. So this is where our society is moving, where people are understanding how powerful each person is. And that's why I would say that there is a soul level vacuum, and society needs more healers now than ever.
Wonderful. Okay. Very, 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 very nicely explained. So, Ashwini, before we wrap up, can
Hmm.
you tell our listeners about Unicorn Insights 100 Healer Mission?
Yes, something very close to my heart. Our mission for 2026, it's simple, straightforward, and powerful: to train, mentor, and empower 100 women healers to become fully professional, financially thriving, and spiritually grounded practitioners. Because when we heal others with integrity, confidence, and fair exchange, they fulfill their Swadharma, right? This is exactly what Lord Krishna had spoken about. Isn't just personal success. It's not just materialism. It is service to humanity by making sure that you are creating a better world, you are creating a better life, and you are supporting everyone on their path to creating something bigger. Um, why the number 100? Like I always talk about the collective consciousness. When you impact 100, you just create a ripple in the universe. And I've often spoken about things like the 100 monkey effect. I've spoken about it before. I've also spoken about the Maharishi effect, where rishis were meditating in the places which had turbulence in terms of economic conditions, social conditions, peace and war, and all of that. So there were actually people went and they meditated in that place. And it was discovered that after the meditation happened in those turbulent places, the frequency of that place changed, and all the activities which were anti-conscious slowly came down. The crime rate dropped, and things started changing. The power of the more number of people work towards the mission, we create a better world, and we create what we call as a paradigm shift. We create an absolute change. So our mission at Unicorns Insights is to empower 100 healer women to become fully professional healers who will be financially thriving, who will be spiritually grounded, and who will be on a mission to make this world a better place. And we are there to support everyone on that.
Wonderful, wonderful. And the best thing is that when you heal others, you heal yourself along with them, and it's a beautiful journey. So it's the benefit is both ways, you know.
Absolutely.
Most
Absolutely.
beautiful part. Yeah. Thank you, Ashwini. So to our listeners, if you have been waiting for a sign, this podcast is your sign.
Yes.
To become a healer. Your gifts are needed. Your voice is needed. Your light is
Yes.
needed. And your healing is needed. So this year, 2026, Ashwini, I think is a year to step in, right, into
Yes,
this purpose of healing and,
absolutely.
you know, spreading the light, as they
Spreading the
call.
light. And this is the year of the horse has just begun. The Chinese New Year just was a few days ago, and the year of horse has begun. And I think 2026 horse is also, I always feel horse and unicorn. So it's as a unicorn,
Yes,
just go on your path. The year to
yes.
fully step into your purpose, and for all any support which you need, we at Unicorn Insight are right there. So do not hesitate to drop us an email, or you do not hesitate to write to us if this podcast connects to you. Like Annggha said, if you were looking for a sign, this is your sign. You are needed in this world. You are not just one person, you are that one person who can change everything. So
Thank you, Dr. Ashwini.
thank
And
you
thank
for
you to our listeners.
yes,
So thank you. And remember, the world heals when healers rise.
very true. The world really heals when healers rise, and when so many people come together, we create a better world, a bigger world. So thank you for this beautiful, for the podcast, and for being such a wonderful co-host with me. I really had a
Thank
fun
you.
time. Thank you.
Thank
And
you
thank you
so
to
much.
all our viewers, sending everyone lots and lots of love. And
Yeah.
see you all soon. Thank you. Bye bye.